Welcome to Flight Sim Expo 2025, everybody.
Flight Sim Expo is the place where the community gathers.
You get to just meet people. I was over here talking a couple minutes ago with people who, oh, I fly this, I fly that. We're best friends now.
There's no other place in the US to meet the community.
We're here because we're totally geeks about flight simming and aviation. Everybody here is just as passionate as we are.
You get to see people who are, online acquaintances, get to see them for the first time and share these aviation experiences with each other.
We just did a tour of Providence Airport. Nobody gets to do this at an airport. All you do is just walk through the jetway, get on the plane, and get out of here. 9.5 out of 10.
Watching it online is okay, but just seeing it in person and kind of hearing the reactions to product, I think it's worth it.
One of the best things about Flight Sim Expo is not just the people who are here in attendance, it's the digital audience. All eyes that matter are on this show, and this show amplifies any type of announcement we want to make.
3, 2, 1.
I've been simming since 1995, and so to be here, oh my God, 30 years, and seeing the evolution of this hobby is extraordinary, and FS Expo is the showcase for all that.
Attendees should come to Flight Sim Expo. It is the place where you get your hands and your eyes on essentially everything flight sim.
You can actually touch and feel the product. I don't think you can get that anywhere else.
To be able to stand here and have people come up and say, hey, thank you for making this product, it makes you feel good about what you're doing, it'll energize our team, so when we get back to work, we've got some good vibes to feed off of.
New hardware coming out, new software coming out. It's an amazing experience. It's a great vibe.
The vibes are high this year. We are staffed up to the gills today.
Runway 17 right, clear for takeoff.
We're showing what it's like to be a controller on the VATSIM network. I think just getting to have those conversations is perfectly rewarding. I also get to help connect people together.
People come all over the world for your show. It's a really good community.
It gives us that exposure to not only the people that know us, but people that meet us on the floor.
If I had then to choose one event, it would be Flight Sim Expo for sure.
If you take the knowledge, the gear, the people, the party, we all come here to have a great time.
I'm so blown away by learning this weekend. It's totally changed my mind and my perspective on the value of what you guys do. It's unbelievable right now.
Hey everyone, welcome to a live FS Elite video. You've probably been wondering, if you've been following our socials, why we are in Saint Paul. Evan, maybe you can tell the audience a little bit more about why we're here.
We are here at the Saint Paul RiverCentre in Saint Paul to showcase who's going to be exhibiting at Flight Sim Expo 2026. I'm not going to tell you all that today, but we are filming all the content that we need for you to make a great video.
Exactly, but what we are going to do is we're going to do a very quick whistle-stop tour of the exhibit hall. So should we head down and check it out?
So you're walking into our main exhibit hall right here. This is the rotunda space. This is kind of what you'll see when you walk in for the first time on either Friday afternoon or on Saturday morning. Of course, these curtains will be closed off. They're in the process of obviously setting up for a show right now. But when you make this right turn and you look out into this exhibit hall, you will see Flight Sim Expo 2026. Right in front of you will be DOF Reality coming to the event with 2 motion simulators for the first time, a fighter jet and general aviation, and things will just progress on from there. You're going to see hardware, you're going to see software, nonprofits, virtual airlines, flight schools, and a whole lot more.
Do you know what? This whole space looks massive. Before we go in, I'm going to take my jacket off because I'm getting super hot, and then we're going to go on a little tour and you can give us an idea of what to expect. But then after the video, we're going to edit together a really cool thing all about St. Paul Flight Sim Expo 2026, which is going to be ready by the end of the month for you guys to check out. So should we get on with the tour?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Down here. So this is almost 100,000 square feet of flight sim excitement that you're going to have for the first time this year on 3 days. As you know, we have our Friday exhibit hall preview, so stuff will actually open at 4:30 on Friday evening for folks who are here on the Friday, and then you'll have time to engage with the exhibit hall on Friday, on Saturday, and Sunday.
Wow, so why did you decide to also do some Friday stuff as well?
I think it was just the demand from attendees. People wanted to be able to show up for maybe one day, and if Friday's the only day they could be here, last year they wouldn't have had exhibit hall access, so that's important. And also giving people the chance, if they're local, to come by after work and feel like they can still be part of the show. I think that's important as well.
Amazing. So right now we're actually in the main exhibit hall.
Yeah.
In fact, what's going to be right behind us?
That's all you, my friend. That is the FS Elite stage. So that's what we're looking at in this part of the exhibit hall will be our main stage for 2026. We're expecting a number of developer Q&As, some announcements perhaps, a couple of community presentations as well. So everything that you see on Saturday, Sunday is all going to be right here in the exhibit hall, and the FS Elite stage is really the anchor of all that.
Amazing. So one of the reasons we wanted to film all of this was to give perspective on both the size and also a kind of obviously we're going to talk about the exhibitors that are coming, but just an idea of where they're going to be and like the scope and the size of them, because like you said earlier, Thrustmaster are going to bring one of their biggest booths ever. So how does that compare for other people as well?
Yeah, exactly. We can just go for a walk and I can kind of walk you through exactly what we're going to see. As we kind of walk through here, some of the restrooms are over on the right-hand side. I love the fact that there's fillable water stations. If you have your own water bottle, bring that to the show. You don't have to spend money on bottled water, which is always good. Our concession stand will be just across the way, so people will be able to get breakfast and lunch options there throughout the course of the day. So you can literally spend your whole day right here in the exhibit hall, which of course, if you're a flight simmer, that's what you want to be doing.
Yeah.
Just to the right will be where Honeycomb Aeronautical is. So their booth also I think is maybe 20 by 40, one of the biggest booths that we've ever seen as a show. Super excited to see what they have to bring. Probably not just PC, I'm imagining, but maybe some console stuff too, maybe some Xbox stuff as well. So that'll be really nice to see. And then up in front of us here, we are expecting to see 3 full-size home cockpit simulators from Skylarky. So the full A320 shell that you've seen at our show before, and the A330, and possibly even one more. Skylarky is back this year as a Diamond sponsor, super appreciative of their support, and the fact that we might have 3 full-size cockpits right here on the show floor is pretty darn cool.
I mean, their booth is always super busy.
Yes.
Actually trying to get a slot and sitting on one of them
Correct.
is always a nightmare, so hopefully
with 3 yeah,
it'd be 3 times.
I'm not promising 3, but I'm hoping that's what's going to happen, and they'll take up a really big chunk of our exhibit hall, which is exciting for us. We'd love to see that kind of thing, and it's real pilots using it, it's people wanting to buy it for their homes, it's airline pilots getting to actually fly it. It's a really cool thing, even if you don't get a chance to fly it, to just like actually look and watch.
And I guess that's one of the points of coming here is the whole try before you buy thing, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
So actually being able to try not just Skylarky stuff, but other hardware as well. And we're towards the rear of it. Is there anyone here you want to talk about specifically that's going to bring?
I think Thrustmaster is going to be in this portion of the exhibit hall. We also have Virtual Flyback, who you'll see somewhere over there, if I'm remembering my floor plan correctly. Virtual Fly hasn't been with us for a couple of years out of Spain, so it's nice to have them back at our show for 2026. A new developer that we haven't seen before is PXN. They'll be here demonstrating a new yoke system as well as a new stick and a totally new flight sim name for hardware. So that'll be something that people will be able to, as you just say, try before you buy and really kind of get the experience of like, who are these people and what is it that they make for flight sim? There's nowhere else in the world you can do that.
Nice. And what about back here? Anything in particular?
Yeah, still working on that part of the exhibit hall. I don't know if I can quite share that yet. There may or may not be a live stream going on that will tell us a little bit more about what's happening in that neck of the woods as we go. And I'm looking at the floor plan here to remind myself what else is happening. Not far from where we are, VA Systems and VA Hardware has a 20 by 20 booth. We've seen VA Systems at the show before. We haven't seen VA Hardware, so it'll be the first time that we get to actually see what they have. And then pretty much right here, in the middle of things, I think it's on this side of the pillar, is Grinelli Designs, and that's going to be our new combat arena, a new item for the show this year. We're expecting some really, really cool, engaging, interesting stuff happening there for all attendees to be able to participate in. You'll be able to try some dogfighting and some different competitions, and from what I've heard from Joe, he has some really big plans to make that space extra special, so we're really excited about that. Continuing on the way here as I look at what else there will be on the show floor. On the left-hand side, we're going to see Desktop Pilot. Further down the line, we're going to see Turtle Beach. And then pretty much where that row of tables in the middle of us is right there ahead of us, that'll be Wind Control. Again, one of the bigger booths that we've seen at Flight Sim Expo. You and I both know what a great setup they put on every single year, and we are expecting more of the same. New product announcements from them on the stage and the opportunity to try out their latest hardware right here at the show.
So you mentioned quite a lot of hardware. What about software developers as well?
Yeah, and you're going to see those. What we did this year is we've moved those more toward the center of the room, which is really nice. So all those big hardware booths you'll tend to see kind of framing the room, and then more in the middle here will be some more of those hardware developers. And as I look at my list here, we've got Combat Pilot, Simionic in the middle, kind of mix of hardware and software. Octavi, same kind of story. Fly-by-wire, Aerosoft. You may know this company, FS Elite. You may have heard of them before. FSS, Rosefire, and continuing on in that direction. So you're going to see a nice mix. Obviously, hardware, because of just how hands-on it is so exciting at this show. But lots of software, lots of communities, lots of third parties as well. You're going to see the VATSIM side of things on that corner of the room, where you have a lot of those online aviation communities, kind of the non-for-profit stuff. And then behind us, right over here, will be the Say Intentions stage. So we've got the FS Elite stage over there. The Say Intentions stage, our other stage in the exhibit hall, will be located right there, right alongside their booth. So you talk about software, one of the bigger software developers in our community right now. We'll also have Navigraph kind of somewhere in this middle area here, showcasing their latest stuff as well on both tablet and of course computer too.
Wow. And we're still a couple months away, so who knows what new names may appear.
Absolutely, there's still more
weeks.
to come.
Amazing. So this has been cool. This has been so nice to actually see the space in its kind of raw infancy before the show, just to give you a real sense of the scale. But yeah, let's continue the tour. I mean, we're going to go check out the stage room now, aren't we?
Sounds like a plan.
Let's go. Hey everyone, Callum. I do apologize. It wasn't quite live. We really tried to make sure it was live, but just timing just didn't quite work out. But we hope you enjoyed that flavor of what Flight Sim Expo 2026 is going to look like. Obviously, you saw it in a very different state to how you would usually see it, but we wanted to give you an idea of the size and the scope of exactly what you're going to see. Now, we have spent the whole day here in Saint Paul filming in various different locations, at the airport, the local parks, restaurants, cafes, bars, etc., to really get a sense of what the city's like, so we can give you a really good overview video in the future. So if you enjoyed this little snippet of what the show floor will look like, then please do stay tuned. Keep your eyes peeled on the FS Elite YouTube channel, the FSA YouTube channel, FlightSimExpo website, and we will have a full exhibitor reveal very soon, and also just some really cool details about the city itself, what to expect, local bars, the hotel information, and so much more. So apologies once again, it wasn't quite live, but we hope you enjoyed this small little snippet of what to expect at Flight Sim Expo 2026, and we look forward to seeing you here in St. Paul this June.